Hello everyone, welcome to my new apartment on the East Coast. It is still very much bare bones. We have like all the basics and like basic decor, but it's nowhere where it needs to be, where it should be. So yeah, this is what you get for now. So welcome back to my channel. I know you've been seeing a lot of pre-recorded content recently. But that's all done. You're gonna be seeing up to date. If you want to see kind of what I'm doing more on the day-to-day, then I would definitely say follow me on my Instagram. This filming situation isn't gonna be permanent, like I said. Things are gonna get changing as we start getting more and more furniture, but it's like a process because I have gotten into like decorating, and let me tell you, it's expensive. So I'm just gonna start off with my usual. I already have my eyes primed, but I'm going to be doing my my primer, and I made sure to put on my engagement ring for this video because the last couple of videos where I was like packing and like it was like the last day, the day before I left, and so I wasn't wearing it because like I was running errands and I was packing and throwing away stuff, and I didn't want to get it banged up. It's still like something I have to say I am more used to it, but at the time that I was like filming and getting ready to go, it was definitely still like, oh, gotta baby it like completely, and now I'm just like more comfortable wearing it. So it's here. Josh isn't here. He is in med school and he has a class. I think today is like his earlier day, so you might be able to catch him. You will for sure see him in the vlogs, but in this video, I don't know if he's gonna make it back on time. But yeah, just doing something really quick because I have to go run errands. I have to go like get like a public transport like situation. Like I guess you had to go buy like the pass, like the physical card in person, and then like you could do whatever you need online. So I have to go do that. I have to go buy some light bulbs because we only have like one lamp in our room, and finally these like mini lamps that I ordered for like our mini bedside tables arrived, and they need like a certain wattage. A lot of things I didn't like think about like when you are on your own without like your dad who used to get everything, or I don't know, your brothers, if like your brothers were the ones that got everything. For me, that was my dad. He was like in charge of all of those things maybe, and so now I get to like do that because I'm not working right now. I'm in the process of, you know, job stuff, and I'm gonna leave that for like a different get ready with me video. But I have so much like downtime right now, so I've just been like playing like housewife or like running errands or cooking, blah blah blah. So it'll be interesting what's gonna happen to the apartment wise when I go to work full time, and no one's gonna be here to like take care of all of that. So we'll see, and it'll be an interesting like, I don't know, chapter of my life I get to share with you guys in that regard. So like I said, I'm really just running errands, and then like we're gonna go to the gym later. Our apartment complex has a gym, so we've been going, and I just always have hated going to the gym, so this is like a right now I'm currently like, I'm starting low, and then like as you know, I get more experience, or if I have more time, it just depends. If I go with Josh, I've been doing the 12-3-30 on the treadmill. So like you do like a 12 incline, and like you walk at 3 miles per hour, and you do it for half an hour, and then I like stretch afterwards. Like not just like, oh, stretch, I'm talking about like dance stretch, like my leg, like trying to get back to like the dancer flexibility I used to have. And then if I'm going without him, or if I just feel like doing weights that day, I will do the weights beforehand and then do the 12-3-30 and stretch at the end. But I usually take like an hour when I do that. So that's like a day that I'm like, yes, I want to work out and I want to get fit, rather than just doing that. But yeah, basically here in like the city, you just walk everywhere, so I get a lot. Well, at least the first week and a half I was getting a lot of my exercise that way, and like this last week I haven't really gone out that much because I'm used to dry heat, and I don't know, like to go out in the humidity, it's like different. So obviously it's less hot than like Arizona. So like Arizona is like 110 degrees right now, but it's like dry. Here it's like, it like varies between like low 80s to like low 90s, but it's humid. So like I personally won't physically feel hot from walking because I'm used to a higher temperature, but I'll start sweating because it's just like feels a little bit more suffocating. So I've been avoiding like going out if I don't have to. But today I kind of want to. I kind of have to start getting like stuff together for like when I start working, because you know, process, and like I'm in the talks, but there's like all these things that I have to do, and I have to go out again and like do like drug testing, like mandatory that their company requires. I don't think I've ever gotten drug tested for like jobs, but I mean, this is like a big girl thing, so I kind of like, okay, I guess I understand that. I guess like retail, they don't really care. So like I had to go out and do that, but again, everything is like public transport unless I want to like do Uber, which, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, it's like crazy expensive, but definitely like public transport is cheaper. And it's still like new to me because I've never had to do public transport except like when I'm visiting, like when I went to Europe or when I visited the East Coast. When I went to DC, like we did a little bit of public transport. I think we mostly did Uber, like really little public transport. So like my only experience, like full-on experience, was when I went to Europe for 3 weeks. But yeah, that's about it. Do you hear the sirens? And we live like on a pretty high floor, and this isn't like a busy street, but I don't know, it's not like blaring loud to the point where I'm like, oh my god, but it's definitely something that like, oh wow, there's sirens. Does that make any sense? I just feel like when you're doing mascara, like you're focusing on mascara, so anything that comes out of your mouth is just like jibber jabber. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I naturally have like wavy curly hair, and it's actually been thriving here. So I literally started like my curly hair like journey-ish, dare I say that, when I was still at my university, when I was living on campus, and I was like starting to like get into that. And my hair was starting to look like really curly, like for me, not like coil curlers, but really curly for like what it was before. And then Corona happened, and I went to Arizona, and that's where I've basically been. And if you didn't know, Arizona has like hard water, like one of the worst hard water places ever. So I had a lot of like scalp problems and I guess like hair problems. Like it definitely wasn't as curly as it was getting when I was like working on it. And I kind of like, I knew there was hard water, but I was just like, I don't know, I didn't really think of much about it. But then now that I've moved and I'm not showering with like hard water, my hairs, if I like, you know, don't just sleep on it wet, like if I just let it do its thing, like even naturally, it is starting to form like beautiful curls again. And like it's doing so well, except the moment I step outside, because of this humidity, like it all goes to waste and it all just becomes one frizzy like mess, and like the curls fall out, and I'm just like, well, I guess that's humidity, right? It was no joke whenever I would hear people say like, oh yeah, you just put it up in like a ponytail or like in a bun before, like even in like super humid areas, because like you're like there's no point. I definitely understand that now. I could never relate before because I never lived in like a super humid place, but I'm not saying that like it is super humid, but it's definitely where my hair is just like going like, it's all pretty and curly, and then I step outside and I come back and I'm like, so thought I would share that tidbit. It's kind of weird like getting back into this because I really have been absent from filming for like a month now, basically a month. almost a month. I don't really remember. I guess not almost a month, or like not a month, but like almost a month. So it's like getting back into it is like interesting. People have asked me like, oh, like how are you liking it, blah blah blah, and I don't know, like to me it doesn't feel like I'm in another part of a country. I don't know if it has a lot to do with like that I've moved around a lot, I'm not sure, but like I look at myself on the map and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm really not by like where I used to be, like California and Arizona. But then like day-to-day living, like I don't know, it doesn't feel like I'm living on the East Coast. I don't know if like you move around a lot, you can relate, or if like you haven't really moved in your life and done like big like life-changing changes. But like obviously I know I live in like Pennsylvania. Obviously I know I'm on the East Coast. Like I know that, but I don't feel it, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's because, I don't know, I think I'm just really good at like adapting and like changing, and like I don't let it like take apart and like such a bit like, oh, you know. I don't know if that just made sense, but I don't know, I just like, I know I am, it doesn't feel like it, like I don't know, like if you move from one city to another city and you're just like walking around everywhere and there's like I've never lived in a city like this, but even like that like doesn't register that that's like different. So I don't know if that's like some coping mechanism, or I really am just like used to moving around, but yeah, like I can't say that like, oh my gosh, it's so different. I mean, obviously it is. I don't have like anybody here, it's just Josh and I. And that like, I don't know if it has to do like when I was living in Arizona, I was kind of like in isolation a little bit from like non-family members. Like I would hang out with coworkers from time to time, but my mentality was like, oh, like there's no point in making friends because I already know like I'm gonna leave eventually, and like I already know that I suck at like committing to like friendships where you have to put like a lot of effort into it if like you guys aren't in the same place. So I don't know, like if I'm just used to like the, oh, it's just me on my own, and like I have family, like even though over there I had like my parents and my siblings and my dogs, here I have Josh, which that's like my familiar, like if I were to put it. So I'm like, fine. I've been like watching a lot of Real Housewives of New York. I'm gonna try to start the Beverly Hills season later, and I don't know, like they have been my friends. I've been watching like novelas, because I got like a novela streaming service, and like I haven't felt, I don't feel any different honestly, besides like more human interaction than like what at least I had in Arizona. So yeah. I don't know. That's literally almost everything I'm gonna do with my makeup. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm basically done with my makeup. I literally just put on some lip balm, put my hair down, and yeah, like I said, just running around errands, not gonna see anyone important. So yeah, like I don't know, I think I am really good at adapting to new environments, and I never went, like I was sad when I left home, like that was very sad to me, because you know, it's different, like you're not ever gonna come back to live with like your parents, and like yeah, like it's always gonna be home, but it's like now I'm creating like the rest of my life with like Josh, so that's like, that was a hard adjustment. Took me like a couple days to get back to that when that happened, but after that it was like, all right, like literally my mom perfectly said it. She was like, you just have to visualize that you're like turning the next page and you're on to like the next chapter of your life, and like you're closing that chapter. And I don't know why that's making me emotional. Okay, clearly maybe she's not over it yet. But I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, oh, she's getting emotional. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting. Getting used to finally living with like Josh. I'm sure he can say the same thing. Just trying to find like a more happy medium on like certain things, especially when it comes to like decor, because if it was up to me it would be like pink and like colorful, but obviously he's not like that, so it's different, and you guys will see along the way. But that's really all I have to update, like as of like what's been going on with me in regards to like adjusting to new city living. I'm sure it'll be different once I start working and once I start making friends. I'm sure like there'll be more life to me rather than like, yeah, I don't do really anything, I just stay at home all day and sometimes I run errands. But yeah, it sucks that I can't really like do the same type of errands that I normally would, because you don't have to walk you have to walk everywhere and you're living like right in a city. Like there's not many of like the normal things, so we've had to order a lot on Amazon or like a lot of online ordering. And if you guys have been following me, you guys have always known that I've been a person that's like, if you could buy it in person, you like, that's what you should do rather than ordering online. Because those items have already been shipped to the store, so why double ship it? Like those are shipped to like a mass, to like fit a mass of people rather than like shipping to one individual person. But I think all of those years that I didn't do online ordering are like making up for the fact that I have to online order now, because I like, there's nowhere to buy certain things like furniture. You can't buy this downtown. You have to like, especially where I am, you have to order it online. You have to get a car, which is a pain. It's a pain normally in general, but more of a pain right now because like there's a shortage of rental cars. So just ordering online is the easiest. I know that it'll stop once like we have more things situated, or when I am not at home all the time and being like just staring at the walls and being like, what can go there, what is missing? I think that's the biggest issue also, is that being at home, like you obviously want to fill your time with something, so it's been like finding decor stuff, but A, I don't have money right now, and B, like it's pricey. And then it's like the days that normally would have felt like, oh my god, it's already here, like even like Amazon like 2-day shipping, you would have been like, oh my god, it's already here, like that was so fast, because you were living your life and you kind of forget. I'm like, no, it takes like, the days take forever because you're not doing anything. So that's me. I know I just like went on way too long. The battery's already blinking on this, so I'm gonna let you guys go. So yeah, look forward to more content, and then give me a thumbs up so you guys could help me out, because I feel like when you're absent for a little bit, it's kind of like you die and then you have to like build everything up. But I've had a lot of like periods where I just kind of been MIA because obviously a lot of life stuff has been happening. But yeah, now I'm on a steady track again. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.